Hey everybody, how are you? David DeFranco here from daviddefranco.com, and today's product review is this little guy. This is the Soen Audio Transit XS Bluetooth speaker. Now this is extremely identical to the Transit high performance Bluetooth speaker that I actually reviewed a while back, but well, it's smaller, more portable, and a lot cheaper. Now, right away when I began using the speaker, I was very impressed with the audio quality, especially considering its small form factor. So this review is overall going to be very positive. I mean, I do have one minor con that I want to mention towards the end of this video. But anyway, with that said, let's jump into my pros and cons. The first thing I want to discuss is, well, this is probably the most impressive speaker that I've used for its size. Seriously guys, do not let the small footprint fool you. This is a small speaker that puts out big sound. That actually sounds like an advertisement, but it's the truth. That's just how I feel. Now keep in mind, I'm not an audiophile, but through my performance and through my listening experience, I was impressed with both the highs and the lows. This goes for highs, especially in classical music, video game soundtracks, movie soundtracks, and lows, meaning, well, yeah, lots of bass in genres such as dubstep, hip-hop, and rap. And believe me when I say, I love my bass. Now this thing's obviously not going to rock your house apart, but with that said, if you put this on a desk or a flat surface, you will feel a little bit of bass, which definitely surprised me a bit. Alright, so as you probably know, with Bluetooth speakers, good sound quality is just half of the experience for me. The other half comes down to design, because I'm a design freak. And well, I gotta say, the Transit XS did not disappoint whatsoever. It's an extremely slim design with nice curves, nice edges. The buttons are easily accessible, and it just works. It sports a traditional power switch, volume down button, volume up button, and finally the Bluetooth connectivity button, which also acts as play and pause. Alright, so what makes the Transit XS stand out from its competition is the fact that it has a standard 1/4 inch bike or tripod mount on the back. Which, yes, this means that you can take this on your bike, which is a big selling point for me. Because for my regular viewers out there, and if you watch my weekend vlogs, you'll very well know by now that I'm a huge fan of the portable speaker that I currently use on my bike. The fact that I can use this in place of that's a big deal. Now, honestly, I don't see myself doing that because I already am very happy with the speaker that I'm currently using. But hey, it's an option, and it's definitely something I appreciate about this speaker. Alright, so like many Bluetooth speakers out there, the Transit XS does include a built-in microphone. This means that you can take phone calls using this speaker. Now, honestly, that's not something I ever really see myself doing. I mean, unless somebody happens to call me while I'm listening to music. That's usually not the case, but still the feature's there in case you want to take advantage of it. And of course, it does work with any apps that use the microphone. So from phone calls, to voice memos, to sending voice messages using iOS 8. So in other words, this speaker goes far beyond than just music playback. Now, if for some reason you do not want to use Bluetooth connectivity on your device, I mean, for example, like if you want to save battery life, then you can use the onboard standard 3.5mm connection. And finally, the Transit XS is available in a variety of colors. Okay, so those are my list of pros. Let's talk about cons. And well, as I mentioned earlier, there is just one con, and thankfully this isn't a con specific to just the speaker. It's something I've experienced in general with most Bluetooth speakers. And that's the fact that when initially connecting your device to the Transit XS, you might notice some skips in the audio here and there. But after 10 or 20 seconds, the music listening experience, for the most part, is perfect. That's just something I had to throw out there because you know me, I'm transparent, and I want to be honest with you guys, my viewers. But overall, the Transit XS was very impressive, and I can highly recommend it to anyone interested. Now with that said, this is where things get a bit different. The Transit XS, as of this video, is not available to the public to purchase, at least from the average store or even Amazon. But that's only because the Transit XS is still on Kickstarter. Yes, this is actually a Kickstarter work in progress, which honestly I think is really cool. The fact that Soen Audio reached out to me ahead of public release, I just really appreciate that. So thank you. Now this speaker will retail for $130, but today you can get yours for just $75 if you pledge on Kickstarter. Oh, and yes, your $75 pledge does include your color of choice. So if red is not your thing, no problem. You can choose a different color that you actually enjoy. So there you have it, my review of the Soen Audio Transit XS Bluetooth speaker. I didn't really go too in depth because honestly, I'm not an audiophile. I just enjoy music, you know, from video game soundtracks to dubstep to hip hop to pop to 80s to 90s. I listen to most genres and I just love music in general. But overall, I can say with confidence, I think this speaker is worth $130, especially if you appreciate good build quality and design. But of course, I did not forget the most important part of this speaker is the audio quality, right? So I'm gonna give you guys a real world test of how this audio sounds. But keep in mind, I am recording this audio test on a camera. So what you hear on video is obviously not gonna be exactly the same as if you were in person listening to the speaker. But still, I think this will give you a good idea of how great this speaker does sound. So guys, that brings me to the end of my review. Check out this audio test following the fade out. And of course, guys, as always, your support is much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Peace.